mainstream outlets move on, we stay. When the headlines ignore our communities, we don't. When decisions are being made that affect black lives in our schools, our neighborhoods, our economy, KBLA is in the room. This is more than radio. This is a lifeline, a record, a rallying cry. Black stories, black voices, black power.
The heat is on
the air and in the culture. KBLA Talk 1580. Stay connected, stay informed, stay loud.
Stand up!
Hey, so I'm calling your show, 'cause I need to know. Show me which way to go before I throw my man out the door.
Okay, hold on a second, Keisha. Just let me ask Ronald exactly what's going on, because it takes two to tango, and I need to hear his side of the story.
So she's driving me insane, got stress heavy on my brain. She keeps playing silly games, man, I'm about to bring the pain. We seem to fuss and fight every day and every night. Please give some advice so we can see the light, see the light.
Oh, we never fight, we never have disagreements, we never have challenges. It's like having only party friends, which is like such a crazy comparison. I never thought about it this way before, but I realized just having party friends is not real. I'm at the place in my life now, I don't even need party friends. I need just a handful of people that they can talk me through the hard times. They're my ride or dies, and that's really all I need at this point. I don't need surface level relationships. I don't need surface level friends. I don't need a surface level romantic partner. If we're just gonna only have the good times, we're just gonna have fun together. No, like that's not what life's about. And that's not what I need when life gets hard, because life is gonna keep lifing. And I need someone that's gonna be there to support me when it gets hard. And that's what really matters.
Yo, haha. Y'all didn't think Becky could drop jewels. Yeah, but that's exactly what she was doing. Hey, you've returned to the scene of the conversation. It's Zoe Williams, the VOR, the voice of reason, live on KBLA Talk 1580. I'm back in the building with another slapper of a topic. This is one of them topics, man, because I get this conversation a lot. And I feel like we've got to address it on this national show. And I want my people who listen from all over the country, I want you to call in. The number to dial is 1-800-920-1580. That's 1-800-920-1580. Tonight's topic, the young lady said it so succinctly. She was saying she doesn't want a superficial relationship, a surface relationship. And I was having listen, this is an amalgamation of 10 or 12 different conversations. It's one. So, wound GPS. Have we gotten so good at navigating our wounds so as not to trigger them? Navigating our partner's wounds so as not to trigger them, right? That now the relationship is hollowed out. It's superficial. The topic tonight, wound GPS. A deeper investigation into how two unhealed people learn to navigate around their wounds instead of through the wounds. Now, you've heard me say it a million times. Relationship is the university of you. Is how you come in contact with yourself. It's how you awaken, or your shadow, how you bring your shadow from the unconscious to the conscious. Relationship is the conduit for all of that. But there were some people in the cigar lounge making a strong argument. Man, I just want to chill. I don't want it to be all deep. So that got me to thinking. Is your relationship obligated to become a vehicle for healing? Or can two people consciously choose companionship over transformation? Listen, yeah, I know relationship is a conduit for transformation, but I don't want transformation. I want to chill. I want somebody I can chill with. Do we have to use the relationship to heal wound GPS? Do we turn on the wound GPS so as not to trigger or cross any of the fault lines that live in the wound? Yes, we both know where our dragons live, but we have no intention of slaying them. We simply want to stop feeding them enough to burn the house down. I don't want to heal. I want to chill. How many people out there feel that way? Andy? We ain't got to do no healing work all the time. Some people don't want to do healing work none of the time. Are we obligated to heal when we get in a relationship? A relationship is designed to reveal. But just because it reveals, does that mean we have to actively heal what the relationship has revealed within ourselves? What if two adults understand the cost of excavation, understand the cost of transformation, and consciously decide that shared life, companionship, loyalty, peace, laughter, routine, sex, friendship, family, and mutual care matters more than the psychological work that typically comes up when two people get together? Gosh. Is it possible? I'm asking. I want to hear from broken couple. Well, I don't want to say broken. I'm not trying to pathologize. I'm not trying to label. But what I want to say is, can someone who hasn't dealt with their inner stuff dates somebody else and we get together, right? Can we make it without doing the inner work? That's the question I'm asking. Will we make it? Or is it destined for the relationship to fail if we don't do the inner work? This is not the standard. Gosh, unhealed people in denial conversation. This is not that kind of conversation. This is an inquiry into whether healing is a requirement for love or merely a possible path through it. How many people don't want to do the work? Just say it. Maybe tonight is the night to just come on out and say, I've never wanted to do the internal work. I just wanted to have a companion, somebody I could talk to, somebody I could chill with. Maybe I'll go to therapy on my own. Maybe you go to therapy on your own. Maybe we have an agreement that says none of the stuff we learn about ourselves in therapy shall enter this house. 1-800-920-1580. I want to hear your thoughts, man. The modern relationship industry has sold a powerful promise. Right? Well, not really a promise. They haven't sold us a promise. Well, kinda. If you do the work, you guys will heal. Doesn't mean you're gonna stay together. Not all relationships are designed to stay together, or meant to stay together, or that's just not what it is. I would say the modern relationship industry has sold us a powerful premise. If you love somebody deeply enough, eventually the wounds must come out. Is that true or false, Andy? If you love them for real and they love you for real, is the love itself, is that going to cause the wounds to appear? The childhood injuries, the abandonment fears, the betrayals, the insecurities, the unresolved grief, the dragons sleeping beneath the floorboards of the psyche. Healing has become the assumed destination. Like, oh, well, I guess we got to go to therapy. I guess we got to heal. Right? Transformation has become the expected outcome. The conversation begins with a far more uncomfortable possibility here. What if two people understand exactly where their wounds live and consciously decide not to excavate them? We're not dealing with that. We dealing with each other. I keep my dragons and demons and wounds and pains and hurts and inner child at bay. You keep yours at bay, and let's just chill. What if two people agreed to do that? What if two people understood exactly where their wounds lived and consciously decided not to excavate them? Not because they lack some form of awareness, or because they suffer from denial, or even because they fear growth, but because they have calculated what that excavation will cost. If I dig this up, if I reveal this about myself, about my past, what I've been through, if I pull the layers all the way back, will I be the person I want to be in this relationship to you? Gosh. 1-800-920-1580. Might cost too much to do that. Clinical psychology recognizes that people develop adaptations to survive emotional pain. Neuroscience demonstrates that the brain conserves energy by reinforcing familiar pathways. Anthropology reveals that many cultures historically prioritized communal stability over endless self-exploration. Human beings have always faced the same dilemma. Transformation creates disruption, and disruption carries consequences. What if some couples quietly reach a conclusion few people dare to admit? We are not dismantling every defense mechanism. We are not turning our relationship into a rehabilitation center. We are not pursuing psychological completion or understanding. We simply want to build a life together. Suddenly, the relationship ceases to function as a vehicle for healing and begins functioning as a negotiated ceasefire. The war going on in you has signed a treaty to not go to war with the war that's going on with me. But is it possible to do that? I believe relationship is I don't want to call it a battleground, but I believe the relationship is where your inner war comes out. Gosh, suddenly the relationship ceases to function as a vehicle for healing and begins functioning as a negotiated ceasefire. The wounds remain. The relationship adapts. The dragons survive. Can we still be together with live, living dragons in our spirit? Sheesh. The house remains standing. These couples become cartographers of each other's fault lines. They learn which conversations triggers landslides, which criticisms awaken ancient fears, which vulnerabilities require distance, which insecurities require reassurance. This is the wound GPS. Tiptoeing around. Is that walking on eggshells? I don't know. 1-800-920-15. They stop trying to conquer the territory and instead learn how to travel through it. I'm asking the question tonight. Is that the preferred path, Andy? I don't want to heal. What I'm going to do is learn your inner topography. And I'm going to not walk on eggshells, but I recognize the fault lines. I know what criticisms, awaken certain parts of you. So if I know that, because you've heard it said before, everybody, the girl or the man you were with knows your buttons, right? They know which buttons to push. So if we learn that, do you think that's an easier route to a happy relationship than actually opening those fault lines up? That's your assignment tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Get to your phone lines. The number to dial is 1-800-920-1580. This is going to be a pretty interesting show. I want to hear from everybody. Let's talk about it. Let's get it cracking. I'm Zoe Williams, the voice of reason. When we come forward, we're going to peel this banana back even further.
The reasons that we're here, the reasons that we fear, our feelings won't disappear. You're listening to the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
Let's do this.
Every vote matters. Every voice counts. And between now and November, the decisions made in Washington, Sacramento, and here at home in Los Angeles will shape the future of your family and your community. Don't leave it to chance, and don't leave it to guesswork. KBLA Talk 1580 is your source for the political conversations that matter most. Real talk, real insight, right here. KBLA Talk 1580, the place for politics.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580, connecting you with services and solutions. The BLM Center for Black Power is a hub for Black activism in the city of Los Angeles, a standalone nonprofit affiliated with Black Lives Matter LA. The venue is home to live events, meetings, and organizing drives for Black-led community-based organizations. It is also the base of operations for Black Lives Matter LA. Built on what used to be a nuisance property owned by an arms dealer, the BLM Center for Black Power is in the heart of Leimert Park and has opened its doors to everything from youth organizers to toy drives to film screenings and community town hall meetings. To make a donation or make a request, please visit blmla.org. That's blmla.org. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
Y'all did it!
Hey, Los Angeles. KBLA Talk 1580 is turning 5, and we're celebrating in a big way. Oh my God! Join us Friday, June 19th, Juneteenth, 4 to 7 p.m. at the Beehive for our 5th anniversary bash and Juneteenth celebration. We're talking surprise celebrity guests, a special presentation, and a major announcement you will not want to miss. I can't wait to hear it. Plus, live music, dancing, games, and enough food and drink to keep the party going.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Of course, you're welcome to bring your own picnic basket, blanket, and lawn chair. And the best part, it's completely free. But here's the thing. You've got to sign up in advance. Space is limited, so don't wait. Head to KBLA1580.com right now and lock in your spot. Friday, June 19th, The Beehive, KBLA Talk 1580. 5 years strong, and we're just getting started.
Happy anniversary, KBLA!
Yeah, man.
You know you want some more. It's the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
You abandoned me. Love don't live here anymore. Just a vacancy. Love don't live here anymore. When you lived inside of me, there was nothing I could conceive that you wouldn't do for me. Trouble seems so far away. You changed that right away, baby. You abandoned me. Love don't live here anymore. Just a vacancy. Love don't live here anymore. Love don't live here anymore. Just emptiness and memories of what we had.
A key ingredient in having a flourishing relationship is depth. And in order to achieve depth in your relationship, you have to have connection. Depth and connection require you to be vulnerable, open, honest, transparent, but it's also about developing your love map with each other and getting to know the person past the surface level. Because when you go deeper, there's something about being seen and known and loved. And when you get to that place, there is depth because you've been open and still accepted. So if you need a place to start for Valentine's Day, type love in the comments and I'll send my free guide your way.
Come on. Depth? Nope. I'm not getting deep. I'm not here for a long time. I'm here for a good time, right? This is a deep conversation. I got callers on the line. I want to get them in here. Wound GPS. Would you rather learn the highways and byways of yours and your partner's wounds, not as a means to heal, but as a means to travel so as not to trigger a fault line in them? We're not trying to heal. We know where every demon lives. We just don't go to those neighborhoods. Healing will reveal too much. Healing might cost too much. What if my wound, what if my wound itself found my soulmate? what if the wound was the matchmaker? If I heal the wound, and that is the thing that brought us together, maybe healing it might undo the relationship. Let me get John from Mountain View, Hawaii in the building. John, what are your thoughts on tonight? On tonight's topic, bro?
Let the battle axe bring the bloodshed that is necessary for this subject tonight.
Here we go.
First and foremost, for those of us living in our latter years, expecting peace from everything and yet at the same time creating that same circle, I would agree with the auspices of, if you're not bringing it, as in peace, that is, you must want your head cut off.
Uh-oh. Well, let me ask you this.
You know, fixed incomes, this, that, and the third, everything you establish in your own existence, and you're still trying to heal by yourself.
No, but you bring in something heavy. What if, right, somebody came in and said, you know what, I'm not bringing peace because I'm not at peace. However, I'm bringing premium, high-grade quiet.
Well, let's go there too. Due to the fact that, number one, I've enjoyed that every time I went to the country, dealt with livestock, hay bales, tobacco fields, and the like, only to sit on a porch with a cold drink after eating from all that work to enjoy that very same thing. And now I look at relationships in the same light because I go to my father's house who came from that same country. And every time I go over to this house, the first thing he's asking me is, there's the keys. You can get in any one of 15 vehicles to drive. Why ain't you going nowhere? I'm like, I get to enjoy the same thing I had when I was in the country with you. Peace. You're on your second marriage, and the one thing that is in between both of y'all is a whole lot of that. The question that still remains is why can't you and I talk about the past that we haven't gotten squared away?
But that's what I'm saying, John.
Same peace.
John,
same peace. I get it.
Stay right there, John. I don't want you to go nowhere. Don't turn him off just yet. But John, I need you to hear me. People are learning each other's wounds so they know where the fault lines are, so they don't trip no traps. That's easier than healing.
And I get that.
Stay right there, John.
I get that. I know it's easier.
Don't go nowhere, John. When we come forward, we gonna go back to Honolulu. No, he's not in Honolulu. John is in Mountain View, Hawaii. When we come forward, we going back to the Big Island. Let's get it.
He's on fire tonight. It's the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams, exclusively on KBLA Talk 1580.
I'm Amber Payton with BIN News Now. A ceremony honoring the New York Knicks is taking place after their ticker tape parade in Lower Manhattan.
What a gift it is to be brought together by pure, unfiltered joy.
Mayor Zarem Mamdani says the city is united after a 53-year wait. East Lansing, Michigan City Manager Robert Bellman has resigned, and City Council has appointed former city employee Annette Irwin as interim city manager. Lansing NAACP President James McCurtis says the resignation is a good step, but more leaders should step down. Mayor Eric Altman says finding a permanent replacement could take several months. And Maryland is joining a multi-state coalition opposing new Trump administration rules that would fast-track nuclear micro-reactor technology. Black Attorney General Anthony Brown and others say the reactors could offer fossil fuel-free energy but remain largely untested. The coalition says federal regulators must ensure public and environmental safety before deployment. Get BIN News Now on demand 24/7 on the iHeartRadio app.
The $10 Gotta Have It meal deal. Swing by for half a Santa Barbara char, a 5-piece chicken bites, your choice of a select side, and a drink. All for a fresh price. The $10 Gotta Have It meal deal. Have it. Fresh like that. Limited time only. Price and participation varies. Tax extra. Terms at habitburger.com.
When the story gets twisted, who's going to tell the truth? When they cut the microphones, who's still talking? When history gets rewritten, who remembers what really happened? We do. KBLA Talk 1580. Black media isn't just important right now, it's essential. Because when mainstream outlets move on, we stay. When the headlines ignore our communities, we don't. When decisions are being made that affect black lives in our schools, our neighborhoods, our economy, KBLA is in the room. This is more than radio. This is a lifeline, a record, a rallying cry. Black stories, black voices, black power.
The heat is on.
On the air and in the culture. KBLA Talk 1580. Stay connected. Stay informed. Stay loud.
Stand up.
Knock, knock, Capital One Bank guy.
Wow, Charles Barkley?
I just moved into the neighborhood. Can I borrow some Wi-Fi?
Sure, Chuck. That's what the Capital One Cafe is here for, open 7 days a week.
Oh, can I use your ATM? My dog walker only takes cash.
Anything for a neighbor.
Can I try the catchphrase?
Sure, take it for a spin.
There's no fees and minimums on Capital One checking accounts.
Nice, Chuck. I'll take it from here. Capital One, what's in your wallet?
Terms apply. Visit CapitalOne.com/bankguy for details. Capital One and name member FDIC.
All I need is one mic.
With a KBLA Talk 1580 editorial, I'm Tavis Smiley. In my prior commentary about Destination Crenshaw, or Procrastination Crenshaw as we call it around here, I opine that sometimes neglect becomes a decision. I want to challenge my own neglect becomes a decision thesis in just a moment. This $100 million revitalization project was supposed to transform 1.3 miles of Crenshaw Boulevard into a world-class celebration of black art and culture. It was first promised to open in 2023, then 2024, and here we are, still waiting, still suffering. The businesses along this corridor, black-owned businesses, are suffocating. Construction chaos everywhere, shuttered storefronts, a community being bled dry by broken promises. So, I stand by my earlier formulation that neglect becomes a decision. But as I have thought more about the gross negligence, the incompetence on steroids, it occurs to me that sometimes neglect isn't just a decision, neglect is the default position of some black electeds. Not all, but some. They just don't believe that black folk deserve the very best. They don't believe that we deserve to be treated with dignity and respect. So, we go from being constituents on the campaign trail to collateral once they're sworn into office. And when, for example, one is termed out of office and can't run again, but is still clutching the gavel of power, one thinks that he can stay comfortably above the fray while we anguish for years on end. The apparent attitude is, I'll just leave this mess for the next person to clean up. That's what it feels like, Mr. President, Mr. LA City Council President. But it's not just him, it's the local media too, black and white, corporate and independent. Look at how little has been said about this never-ending nightmare in Crenshaw, year after year after year. Nobody at City Hall and nobody who's supposed to be holding City Hall accountable seems to care one bit about the safety and security of Crenshaw residents and the black business owners who are slowly being strangled. Don't be fooled. This isn't just a construction delay. This is what disrespect looks like with a budget attached. With a KBLA Talk 1580 editorial, I'm Tavis Smiley. As always, we welcome your feedback.
This is KBLA Talk 1580. Talk radio that's music to your ears. We're unapologetically progressive. KBLA Talk 1580. You're listening to the voice of reason with Zoe Williams. Only on KBLA Talk 1580.
you evolve into the person that you want to become, you're going to lose some relationships. It's just inevitable to happen. And you think that this is a problem and you get upset and you get sad because you're grieving it. Let's talk about that right now.
Check it out.
Hey, everybody, and welcome back to the Positivity Experience. It's your girl, Lori, and I'm so excited that you're here. It is fall time. I'm really excited. You already know this. I'm going to be talking about fall till Christmas, and I'm going to tell you I'm Christmas shopping in a month. It's just me. I am very much like the stores. I like to be a season ahead. It's how my brain works. And the mental declutter. Remember last week we were talking about mental decluttering, and part of that is going to be releasing expectations. And this is expectations that you may have even set in your brain. And this is what's going to happen as you start to evolve. Now, there's going to be an amazing worksheet over there. And we have worksheets for every podcast over the last year and a half of...
Listen, I liked the first thing she said. When you grow up, right, you're going to lose some friends. I get it. But some people don't want to grow up. They don't want to heal. They just want an easy peasy relationship. Is there anything wrong with that? Listen. You guys hear me on here. I've been here for a minute telling y'all relationship is the university of you. It's what you discover about yourself, how what you need to learn about yourself in order to heal. Healing is hard, Herculean marathon work. What if you and your partner learned each other's wounds well enough to avoid the wound hotspots? I'm not saying it's walking on eggshells. I'm saying, what if that's the shortcut? Is that more intriguing than you two standing in the crucible of transformation and actually changing? I've already told you one of the pitfalls of growing up and healing. You grow away from people. Potentially, you grow away from people that were more compatible with you as your incomplete or broken self. But what if those are some good people? Do you understand? What if those are some good people and you don't want to lose them? Would it be better to learn their wounds and learn your wounds and use wound GPS? This is the thought I'm giving you guys tonight. Again, what if you guys mastered which conversations trigger emotional landslides within each other? What if you guys mastered and had a deep understanding of which criticisms, right? Mutual criticisms, right? Awaken fear in each other. Because what I'm finding in today's society is that people don't believe in love. Love is an illusion. It's definitely not enough, especially with all the bills and the high gas prices. Listen, love's not enough. So I know if love is not enough, healing is definitely not worth it. So am I asking a real question? Are we opting to map each other's wounds and the hot spots within those wounds, right, in order to navigate around them and just have a basic chill relationship? Is that what most people are doing? 1-800-920-1580. Right? We study their insecurities. Which insecurities require reassurance? Oh, right here. That's that daddy wound. I got to go over there and say, nah, you know. That's that mother wound. I got to go support. Do you understand? I'm asking you, is that an easier model than healing? John from Mountain View, Hawaii is on the line right now. And John is talking about the hatchet. He done brought in a giant battle axe. He in here trying to chop people into pieces. Andy, John, all I'm asking is that central question, bro. If I know what I know, if I knew what I think I know now 20 years ago, and I knew how to apply it, I was just telling one of my best friends this today, and I knew how to apply it, I think I would be in a different mindset today. Maybe, right? You've heard old people say it all the time, man. If I knew what I know now 20 years ago, I would have. So I'm asking you, is that what's happening in the world of relationships right now? We're opting out of healing and into wound GPS, wound mapping, so we can avoid the hot spots in people's spirit, so to speak. Talk to me.
Well, sir, to answer your question honestly is yes. If you didn't know the mask is still being worn, the production is still going on. Netflix has been filming your life ever since you've been living it.
Wow.
Everyone chooses this quote-unquote peaceful life, as in everybody wants peace. They'll settle for quiet. Peace is what they're saying they want, but I'm sorry, I go a little bit deeper than most folks, but it was a word that was reminded to me that somebody said that according to the Savior's following, I would find rest for my soul. And I know it takes work to get there. Because again, you not earning it, and somebody just gave it to you, you wouldn't even appreciate it.
But is that par for the course of what's happening in relationships anyway? If you give them everything they want and they give you everything you want, we tend to, and I'm saying without struggle, without cultivating it, we tend to not really appreciate it if it came so easily, right?
Well, yes and no, because again, we're still on survival mode, right?
Ooh, here we
go.
I
mean, people speak of an economy. But what did the economy do to you, honestly? You still got to work.
Here we go.
I mean, if you're telling the economy that it's the fault of you not having what you wanted, you're still at work, though.
I'm going to ask you a direct question.
Go ahead, sir.
Because listen. Are people, men and women, looking for the partner that requires the least amount of self-reflection?
Yes. I thought I answered that earlier. Yeah.
Now I'm going to ask another question. For what purpose?
For what purpose?
Yes.
Again, whatever leniency level you want to live on, whatever point of doggone confirmation or non-confrontation you want to meet. Whatever you're trying to doggone get out of me to give to you in a measure that you ain't got to work for, which again, you still go to work for somebody making money and doing all the other sufferings for survival tickets that don't cost anything.
Wow.
Yet at the same time, you want a relationship that kind of reflects the job that you got. And you want to be in charge of everything, but not responsible for anything. I'm sorry.
So I'm going to go back then, John, because I need you to unpack it for me. I need my brother. I'm going to go back. What is intimate relationship actually for, John? What are we in it for?
Well, intimacy. Into me, you get to see the situations that brings me to be me.
Uh-oh.
But of course, that is not really what you want to see, is it? It's only what I can do for you that you want done, not who I am, period. and what I can be for you. You're not willing to go through that.
But the reason why I ask you, of all people, this question, because the answer, and you're giving me this answer, it ties into yesterday's show, right? When I said relationships are inherently spiritual. They are part of nature. And nature reveals something deeper, something more transcendent, in my opinion. Right?
Well, true, all true statements.
But I'm saying in this culture, listen, man, everybody is broken. So we got to find the what do they say? The shortest distance is a straight line. We don't want to go to healing distance. That's a ball of yarn. I want a straight line. And if the straight line is wound GPS, let me map out your wound so I know where the fault lines are. I'll just avoid those. And then we could have a regular Netflix and chill kind of relationship. Is that the shortcut?
It is not the shortcut.
Why isn't it the shortcut, John? You got to get me off this mountain right now. I'm on it.
Well, you're a mountain of needles. And I came looking for needles. But anyway, I'm not trying to confuse anybody. I really am not. I know it takes hell to go through for somebody to reach their heaven.
Wait, stay right there. Don't go nowhere.
Again,
wait, don't go nowhere, John. Stay right there. John is on fire. He said I was standing on a mountain of needles, and he came looking for needles. When I come forward, the voice of reason gonna keep cooking.
Relationships. Got you confused? Need some straight talk? This is where you get the unfiltered truth about love, relationships, and everything in between. He breaks down relationship dynamics with no-nonsense wisdom and practical advice that actually works. Tackling the questions you're afraid to ask and giving you the answers you need to hear. You're inside the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
Yo, it's Zoe Williams, the VOR, and I know you're tired of pretty gems with pretty lies, where people seem to scroll more than they sweat. Well, it's time to level up. Welcome to Huff and Puff, where excuses die and champions rise. Smack dab at 1221 North La Brea on the corner of Fairview. This ain't a photo shoot, it's a battleground. Certified achievers in the game. Trainers who grind with you, not post pictures beside you. Whether you're chasing your next personal record or just trying to outrun your past, this is your sanctuary of sweat. No mirrors, no filters, no fluff, just pain, passion, and purpose. Stop talking, start training, huff hard, puff loud, be legendary. Where folks go to war with their weaknesses. Huff and Puff.
Get ready to play at the LA 84 Foundation Free Play Day Block Party, a community celebration with music, dancing, art, food, games, sports, LA Pro Teams, giveaways, and family fun all day. Saturday, June 27th at 2141 West Adams from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. Register at la84.org. See you at Play Day.
Going to a World Cup match in LA this summer? Ditch the parking stress and ride Metro. With direct service from across LA County, it's the easy way to get there for just $1.75 each way.
Hear that? That's the sound of your life. Perfectly imperfect. Beating in rhythm to the world you've created. But every time you drive after drinking, the music gets drowned out. Your life sounds pretty great. Don't let a buzz ruin it. Buzz driving is drunk driving. Don't drive buzzed. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Let's do this. When the political stakes are this high, you need a source you can trust. KBLA Talk 1580. Los Angeles is home for politics all the way to November. Stay informed. Stay ahead.
This is America. You know you want some more. It's the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
You stayed awake half the night. Love is just what if it changes? Tell me why. It must be love that's on your mind. You doing things you wouldn't before. You wanna know that love will make you so happy. Inside. Can't control it, but it just takes me over. Love will make you so sad. Make you cry.
Hey guys, this is Kristen from KristenCoaching.com. Today we're going to be discussing signs of a superficial relationship. And when I mean superficial, I mean a relationship that is lacking in depth between you and your other half. Lacking in that deeper kind of connection between you and your significant other. And being in a superficial relationship isn't necessarily a bad thing if that's what you want. You know, sometimes people don't necessarily want to have that type of a connection with the person that they're with or together with, you know, for whatever reason. It's not necessarily 100% common if you're looking for like a long-term relationship or looking to have, you know, a partner for life. But it does happen for maybe people who just aren't ready to, you know, settle down and just kind of want to date around, which is totally fine. But I do want to talk.
Who was that, Kristen? Kristen, there's people who are in full-blown relationships for years that keep it at a certain level. Listen, I don't like the word connection, but I understand why it's used and what context it's used in. But listen, the more intense the connection, the attachment, the union, the bond, whatever it is, the more intense, right, it gets. Think of intensity not as loudness or anger or vociferation, yelling or anything. Think of it as a reduction sauce in cooking. When the bond intensifies the flavors of the connection. Come on, Emerald Lagasse, Salt Bay. When the flavors of the connection intensifies, that's when all of the performance and the masks and the tap dancing and the moonwalking and the shoe shining goes away. And I think a lot of people don't want that intimate reduction to happen. Nah, this is ramen noodle love. This is one packet of seasoning. That's it. Do you understand what I'm saying? They don't want a deeper connection, even in a long-term relationship. Man, I know people right now who've been in a relationship with somebody for years, but want to be in a relationship with somebody else. To me, that's a lack of depth to not be able to say or express or. But do you see? Wound GPS. I'm gonna stay here, and I know not to trigger them, and I'm getting what I want out of it. Whew. It's heavy stuff. John, Mountain View, get in here.
If you don't quit.
What did I do?
With the survival tactic, relationship standard that is going on in this mug. And I get it. I know this is what we are going through in most relationships. You cannot claim not going through something and actually having the bond.
I like. Continue. Say more.
Well, there's nothing really more to say about it. As you earn the stripes that you're supposed to get from the relationship that you're in, again, if it's not tough enough, if it's not strong enough, if you haven't suffered through anything, you can't build a bond with anything.
People are not doing resilience anymore, buddy. That's
We understand all of the above.
That's what the youngsters are saying.
Yes.
Y'all old. Y'all used to do resilience. We not doing resilience? What you talking about?
Well, we also survived from water faucets and going outside until the lights were dim, and we played with mud, sir. We entertained ourselves in mud puddles, sir. This generation is not that generation. Today's price is not yet last year's price. It's not. It's not. But nonetheless, for those who prove their worth.
Andy said today, now the puddles are poisonous today. We had toxin-free puddles back in the day.
Well, we were still drinking from water faucets that had iron. It's the same iron that Detroit still has yet to take care of.
Man, do you know how strong my blood is because of that water? Hey, stay right there. Don't go nowhere, John. John, stay right there. When we come forward, man, me, John, Cali, Soul, Denver, Colorado, and Hawaii will continue this heated conversation.
KBLA 1580 Santa Monica.
I'm Amber Payton with BIN News Now. A ceremony honoring the New York Knicks is taking place after their ticker tape parade in Lower Manhattan.
What a gift it is to be brought together by pure, unfiltered joy.
Mayor Zarem Mamdani says the city is united after a 53-year wait. East Lansing, Michigan City Manager Robert Bellman